Welcome again to the Medical Terminology Podcast. This episode is Chapter 10, Part 1, Word Parts Pertaining to the Nervous System. Chapter 10 on the nervous system is much more difficult than the previous chapters. It has many more anatomical terms to learn, and it also has many pathologies that are oftentimes slippery, a bit difficult to distinguish from one pathology to the other. But I'm going to do my best to highlight the trouble spots and clarify them for you. As far as the word parts go, there are actually not very many new ones here. However, we do see the old ones quite a bit, and so we need to review the old ones while at the same time we are learning the few new ones. What is the meaning of the word part itis? I-T-I-S. That's inflammation. What is the meaning of the word part algia? A-L-G-I-A. Well, that's pain. And remember the difference between itis and algia. Well, algia is pain, and that is something that you have along with inflammation. But inflammation is not the same thing as pain. So don't use itis to mean pain. Use algia. What is the word part that means or refers to any disease? Well, that's pathy. P-A-T-H-Y. And finally, what is the word part that means a surgical repair? Well, that's plasty. P-L-A-S-T-Y. And notice I reviewed you there. In one case I gave you the word part, you had to find the definition. And in another case I gave you the definition and you had to find the word part. Again, you want to learn the words in both directions. That will really help you when it comes to taking the test. Well, now let's look at some of the new ones here. First of all, we have some new word parts that relate to the central nervous system. And the first one is encephalo. E-N-C-E-P-H-A-L/O. And this is a word root or combining form that means brain. The next new one we have is a word part, meningo. M-E-N-I-N-G/O. This refers to connective tissue that covers the brain and the spinal cord. More specifically, it's the meninges that cover the brain and spinal cord. The next word part, it's not really a new one, we saw it back in Chapter 1, is myelo, M-Y-E-L/O. And myelo in the context of the nervous system means the spinal cord. Finally, we have radiculo, R-A-D-I-C-U-L/O. This word root or combining form refers to nerve, just the general term that means nerve. Okay, just to do a quick review here, what is the word part that refers to brain? Well, that's encephalo, E-N-C-E-P-H-A-L/O. What is the word part that refers to spinal cord? Well, that's myelo, M-Y-E-L/O. What is the word part that refers to the connective tissues that cover the brain and the spinal cord? That's meningo, mening/o. And finally, what is the word part or combining form that refers to nerve? That's radiculo, RADICUL/O. Okay, the second group of word parts refer to states of consciousness, and the first one is esthesia, ESTHESIA. Esthesia refers to sensation. The next one is narco, NARC/O. Narco refers to a stupor. And finally, we have somno, SOMN/O. Somno refers to sleep. So to review quickly, what is the suffix that refers to sensation? That's esthesia, ESTHESIA. What is the word part that refers to sleep? That's somno, SOMN/O. And what is the word part that refers to stupor? That's narco, NARC/O. Now the chapter does present a few other word parts, but these are sort of one-hit wonders. They're only used to make one term, so there's really not much point in learning them as word parts since we're only going to make one term out of them. They're not going to help us make a variety of terms. So in the next episode, we're going to go ahead and look at the structure of the anatomy of the nervous system. There's a lot of terms here, but I think we'll find that if we apply our technique of mapping, we'll be able to make a lot more sense out of them, and they'll be a lot easier to learn. So this ends this episode of the Medical Terminology Podcast.